Your first job or two, you really want to build not only externally, but internally. What is your brand? Who are you? What's your identity? So let's talk about a couple things, Freddy. So you're graduating,
Correct.
and there is no law or contract or requirement that you stay with this first company for the rest of your life. Correct?
There is.
Is there? Well, you have your visa thing.
Yeah. Cause,
But how long does that last?
So in my case, I have 3 years of what's called OPT.
Okay. And you
that.
can't change jobs, or you can?
You can.
But you can only be out of work for a certain period of time, right?
Correct.
Or you're shipped out.
Mm-hmm.
What's that period of time?
Like 60 days. Yeah, 60 days.
That's pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you have 60 days to find.
So the worst, you call me and you get hired for a day, and then you get another 60 days, right?
And
there's ways around this.
Yes, there's ways.
Yeah.
And during those 3 years that you have, you can apply for the work visa.
Okay. So you're going to be a little different than most people because you actually need to kind of get it right on this first one. You need a 3-year company.
That it will change your long run.
Now, one thing though, on a bigger company, you don't necessarily have to be in the same job for 3 years. You can make lateral moves. So if you get in a department, it sucks, or your boss blows, or anything like that, you go talk to other departments and move and head somewhere else, or go find the owner and go, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, and the part that I don't like the most is that when you do the OPT, you have to stick with like mechanical engineering related.
Yeah, that's okay. 3 years will blow by.
So,
and there's a lot of things that are ME related. What you want to look for is, do they have people that have made that migration? If you see a couple people that were, 3 years ago, they graduated, and now they've worked their way into design, you'd love to see those path advancements, right?
Correct. And the other thing is they teach you during the process, you're going to end up doing, for this type of company, like construction work.
So that's what you want to do fresh out of school. You want to cement a legacy of who and what you are. Correct. You always say yes. Yes, you'll travel. Yes, you'll find a way. No, you don't need to know how to do anything. You just need connections and people and tell you what the problem is, and you'll go figure it out.
Yeah,
right?
Like building a brand, basically.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You're building a brand of who is Freddy, and you're trying to get connected and noticed.
I have a question now that I'm interviewed, like in this process of trying to get jobs that lines up on what I want to see in my life. Like, what does it take to Freddy to interview for these?
Oh, it's tough, dude. We've got jobs open. Have you applied for them?
Now that I talk with the person,
probably should, right?
Like, is it possible that I can have a?
I don't think you want to work here yet. Your degree is mechanical. You want to do clean energy. You want to do something at a big scale.
I have the clean energy idea, but like I mentioned, it's gonna end up doing civil stress, like with the stress and all that. And it's not actually like electrical part of it. I've had experience with stress, like doing the whole degree and all that, and you guys do cool stuff as well.
Oh, we do.
Like,
we're a cool company. We're a cool culture. We train. We help. We build. We push. All of those are amazing, but I'm going to tell you the same thing that I told a bunch of my mechatronics kids who are amazing and really good at what they do. I would encourage you to go out and make your mark and make some connections and find opportunities, and then at some point it will be the right time to come home. We've joked about doing the Order 66 call from Star Wars, and everybody kind of comes home, or whatever it is, right? The home and beacon, where everybody comes back to the mothership, and then we do something great. So, no, I think there's so much opportunity out there for you in the areas that you actually are interested in, that I encourage you to go out there and just make a mark, fail miserably, get involved, make connections, and all those kind of things. Because you've always got the opportunity. Like, let's say you got mad at the place and you hated it, or you got let go a year from now, you can always call me up. I'll make some spot for Freddy, right?
Because that's the other part, that when I go to interviews and I talk to them, they like, I'm international, so they're like, oh.
No, I get it.
And the other side is the ones that they seem available. I don't feel like they're gonna push me to be ambitious as I can.
Maybe you can find a company that's owned by some young gun from Venezuela that's 10 years ahead of you, and he sees him and you. That'd be the perfect spot, right? Yeah, I don't think we are big enough or amazing enough for you. I think you're bigger than the box we are. You know, a few years from now, you might be like one of my guys that came back after literally a decade and goes, okay, I'm ready. He went and worked at a bunch of other companies, did a whole bunch of other stuff, was amazing, and then finally realized, wait a minute, I'm going to come home and we're going to build a company, and he's doing it right now. He's building a whole branch of our company out on his own, doing it, got his own P&L, doing his own thing. So if the opportunity's there, I think you go take advantage of everywhere else for a minute. Look around, see what's out there, beat down the bushes, get somebody to sponsor you for 3 years, do your thing, make a huge mark, see if you can become the CEO in 3 years. Yeah, give yourself a challenge. See if you can meet everybody in the building.
The other things that I talk to the companies, but they want me for other positions. They'll be like, "Oh, can you be process engineer?"
Well, of course they're going to want that. They can tell you're driven and want to get shit done. So they're going to want you to put you in a spot that helps them best, which makes sense, right? You can't fault them for that. They need to get shit done, and they need somebody that can do it.
And also in my place that I need somebody to help, like, sponsor me.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of people that have come to this country and taken the job they didn't want to get what they needed. I've got one. We called him by the wrong name for almost a year and a half because he didn't tell us. And I'm like, one day he was like, oh, by the way, my name's Farin. And I'm like, dude, we've been calling you Ramatul for a fucking year and a half. He's like, yeah. I was like, why didn't you tell us? He goes, dude, I just needed a job. You could have called me Schmidt. I just wanted to get some work. He needed a sponsor. He needed somebody for his visa, all those kind of things, right? He got lucky and the job was cool. And the position was dope and all those kind of things aligned, right? And kind of worked out for him. But you may have to take something that sucks. There's a lot of dudes who have come from overseas and had to get a whole nother degree because we didn't accept their degree. Oh, it's not accredited. And dude, they got the same freaking degree that I did.
Correct.
Right? And then they got a master's degree and did a stupid thesis that they didn't want to do. And then they work for some stupid paper mill in the middle of nowhere because that's the only job they can get that'll sponsor them. But then when they get their ticket, then they can go do what they want to do, right?
Like one of the companies that I'm also interviewed that doesn't have to do anything. Like that's just in case things fails.
Right.
Basically. I have an interview on Tuesday. But this job, like I read it, like when I talk with the school and everything, I realized I cannot do that one. And
you don't have the skill set, or?
No, because it's not related to like mechanical engineering. It's more like inclined to business side. It's like those leadership programs. I don't know if you have seen those that they give you like rotational.
Okay, so
basis.
Let's think about that for a minute, because there are a lot of companies that are doing that, and that started back in my day, because there were a lot of companies that realized they were old and they didn't have anybody. Mm-hmm. And so they would create these leadership programs where they would hire 10 young guns, and they would rotate you through every department in the company. They'd make you work at every mill, every shift, everything. And their intent was to hire the CEO from that group.
Correct.
That might be something you want to be interested in.
Yes, but I cannot do that.
Why?
Because first, it has to deal with the whole visa and sponsorship thing that you have to be like mechanical engineering position.
Okay. All right.
Because the other thing I have, thankfully, is like the protection status that the Venezuelans has, but I haven't received the work authorization.
Sure.
Yet. They're still reviewing the case. So thankfully I have the two paths. If I don't find anything after graduation, hopefully I can stay with the...
Do you have the option to go into grad school if you have to? You can work for the grad school, right? You could work for the grad school as either a TA or an RA, right?
What do you mean like working?
So you can get a job for the department as either a teaching assistant or a research assistant that pays you as a mechanical while you're going to grad school. You might be able to get around it there. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
This is how things are written up and how they're accepted, right?
Yeah, I have to dig into that.
But again, you're just trying to find ways to stay, so I don't think you'll have a lot of problem. Again, back to building your brand. Let's focus on that one more time. Your first job or two, you really want to build not only externally, but internally. What is your brand? Who are you? What's your identity? Like, who is Freddy? Freddy's up early, works hard, does everything to the best of his ability, communicates clearly, follows up, asks clarifying, whatever your identity is that you want to be, that is going to be successful in this position, you want to create it and reinforce it over and over again as early as possible, okay? Remember, if you walk in the door the first day, trip, you're in an old shitty t-shirt and some shorts, and you don't know where you are or who you're there to speak to, you'll never live that over, right? you'll never get another chance because it's the first impression that everybody pays attention to, right?
Correct.
You come in, you're organized, you got your stuff together, you know where you're going, you look good, you look the part, all that kind of stuff. You're personable, you're nice, you take care of people, you do what you say you're going to do. You can reinforce that for those first 90 to 120 days. So again, build that brand right out of the gate. And it helps reinforce with yourself. Because if you can create the identity that, no, I'm in early and I work late and I get shit done, then that will drive you through everything you do. This might be a good one to stop on. The bar is so low right now, Freddie. Literally show up and do anything and you're in the top 5%. Don't complain, don't disappear, don't be on TikTok 12 hours a day, and you're literally in the top 3%. It's ridiculous. Just show up, do your work, be cool, be helpful, do more than you were asked to do, show up early, stay late, and you're going to be the CEO because there's nobody left.
Yeah, we have this convention that we're doing for SHEP organization. There's a massive career fair that's going to be in November. I'm going to it. And I always tell them, like, it's so easy. Because I have friends who are in other schools, and last year I saw one of them over there. And we were talking how easy it is to get a job.
You don't have to do anything, dude.
It's like just the person to like you.
Yeah.
Like, send me your resume. Oh, you know this,
yeah.
you know that. Yeah, come here.
Actually respond. Actually show up. Actually come to the interview prepared. Actually have questions.
Mm-hmm.
First question is not how much time do I get off.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like the recruiters on the career fair, they told me when I told like, hey, I have my resume because I made one resume for each company.
Yeah, sure.
I had it on sticky notes. And I told them, like, I already applied, you know, this is the application number, you know, I know you guys are looking for this, I have this. And they're like, oh,
you're blown away, dude.
So much easier.
Yeah, there. Yeah, yeah.
They don't have to do anything.
Who are they gonna call, dude? They're calling Freddy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have 150 job offers if you didn't have the visa thing, right?
Like
thousands of job offers. Yeah, no, 100%.
Like you figure.
And that's the thing. 3 years from now, when you get that, you're coming for everybody, dude. You're gonna have everybody's job. You'll have anything you want. And that's again like some of these positions that you're interviewing at. If you know they're not gonna be able to do the visa, build the thing. Hey, can I call you in 3 years when I have my visa? Why don't you call me? Make sure you don't miss out on me. We've got a pain on one because their visa ran out. Now they're not allowed to work for a few months while we're waiting on.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like,
what I don't get is why would we not want someone who has a master's degree in engineering and has worked for the company for 2 years? Why would we no longer want them when we're in a state where we don't have any engineers and there's no one to do any of the work? Yet we don't want this person in our country? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
absolutely ridiculous.
You know, that's the funniest part. Like for this convention, I've been going over the whole list. You know, like searching up, and you see on LinkedIn and all their applications like we're an equal employment opportunity. You know, blah blah blah, based on religion, citizenship, and then like we will not give visas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're
no, 100%. Well, remember, so it was bad 20 years ago for the company. So it burned a lot of bridges. A lot of people haven't come back. And remember, some people still think it's the old days where they have so many applicants that they can turn down everyone that has a visa. If it was you and someone equal to you, why would I take the hassle of the extra when I could just have the person? The problem is they don't understand that times have changed and there aren't as many people. 10 years ago, I could have my pick of 8 engineers. Why would I hire the guy with any visa issues and do any paperwork when I could just have everybody else? Nowadays, that's not the case, but I don't think they understand that.
And how would I have them understand again?
Let's say it's a smaller company, talk to them. Hey, do you understand how easy it would be to sponsor me so that you could hire me? Hey, I see you're not doing visas. Do you realize you're losing out on people like me? What if I could help you set that up this afternoon and show you how easy it is? And then you could just hire me and this company would be amazing.
I'm going to do that on Tuesday. Either way.
Why not?
After the 4
Well, the thing is, okay, fine. Then I'm calling you in 3 years. And you're going to beg me to come work for you. Because by then I'll have 3 years of experience somewhere else. And you'll wish that you had hired me and been able to train me the way you wanted me to be. What's the worst that can happen? If they don't hire you, they're not hiring you now. So that doesn't make any difference. And the cool thing is, what if that recruiter quits that job and goes somewhere else where they do hire them? You're going to be his first call. Well, and if you've studied the recruiter and you know they've only been there 6 months, you could be like, well, hey, if you end up somewhere else that takes people, call me. let's wrap it up with you're trying to solve a problem. Their problem is they need help. Their problem is they're short-sighted and don't understand that you can help them, and all they have to do is some paperwork.
Yeah, they see a lot of filing immigration stuff, you know, it's like paying. I'll pay for it.
You'll pay for it. You'll
for
do
my
it.
salary,
You know, you'll fill everything out. You'll take care of it. It'll literally take them 2 minutes a year. They don't know that though. They think it's a big pain in the ass. Everybody thinks insurance and lawsuits are horrific, and they're just paperwork, dude. That's all they are.
Yes.
Maybe you can change it. Maybe you can get them to hire people. Freddy might be that guy.